Yesterday's top 10 shootout brought together 4 Sierras, 3 Nissans and the Commodore trio of Percy Perkins and Perfect Peter. First out was Tasmanian David Parsons in the Peter Jackson Sierra. Smooth run for 2:17.581. Then it was time for Win Percy to launch the V8 attack. He gave it his best shot, but the time of 2:17.7 was slower than his Friday best. Dick Johnson went quicker in the 17 Shell Sierra, shaving almost half a second off his best for the week. But then it was time for Brock to deliver some mountain magic, and he didn't disappoint a soul. Really gassing it up now as he comes out of the turn and heads up to BP. There's Brock at work.
A picture of total concentration. Brock at 10/10 around Mount Panorama, a circuit he dearly loves, and a circuit he does particularly well at.
Boy, he's putting the boot in.
Yeah, he's chasing the thing all the way up to the rev limiter in each gear, and he braked very, very late at the end of Mountain Straight. Look at the car leap over there. It's set up reasonably soft. The front left wheel was about 18 inches off the deck, I think, through Reed Park.
And listen to that crowd.
Look at the rear wheel. It was off the deck over the top of McPhillamy.
Oh, listen to the crowd. They're loving this. The Mountain Master, Brock, 9 times winner, back in a Holden, and gee, he's really on the limit.
And he's not running the race engine, running a practice engine, so he can afford to give it everything.
The crowd might be loving it. He wouldn't have liked that moment. That cost him time getting sideways there. He had to lift off and get the thing recovered.
16:07, 2:16:07 for Peter Brock. Certainly a big improvement, but he won't be happy.
You made a couple of little mistakes, mate. Yeah. What about McPhillamy Park?
Yeah, what happened is I had the brakes adjusted for a full tank of petrol, and foolishly as I touched the brake, I went in and oversteered. And the same thing over here. I thought, oh, Brock, what are you doing?
Brock, I can tell you the mob on the hill loved it.
I loved it, mate, because I kept the pedal to the metal, as you know, Slug.
Teammate Larry Perkins followed in the number 11 Mobile machine and cut a solid lap of 2:17.01. Slower than his previous best, but reasonably happy just the same.
On paper, the Nissans are quicker. They're a racing car, not a touring car.
Tasmanian John Bow was the first and only driver to get into the 15s. His lap was a beauty, and not even Drew Price and the number 2 Nissan GTR could better the mark. Then it was time for Glenn Seaton to deliver his best in the number 30 Peter Jackson Sierra. His lap was super smooth, and the young Victorian stopped the clocks at 2:14.90, and he was stoked.
I really wanted to get on the front rail of the grid this weekend and sort of top the weekend off so far, and hopefully come tomorrow we can sort of beat them Nissans. But I'm really wrapped with the car. It's been working fantastic all week.
Then it came down to the final 2. Mark Gibson, the GIO GTR, and Mark Scaife aboard the number 1 machine. Gibbs' effort was most impressive at 2:13.88, considerably faster than his Friday best, and a guaranteed berth in the front row. Scaife responded as only he can, charging around the course in 2 minutes 12.63 seconds, his personal best for the week, and pole position for today's Tooheys 1000.
Pretty good lap. I got a little bit untied in a couple of spots, but that's about as good as we can do.
Well, if that was untied and you've got pole position, you've got a little bit up your sleeve, you're saying that?
No, not really. I think that's about as quick as we can go.
So here's how the top 10 will line up today. Scaife and Jim Richards in the number 1 Nissan from pole. 2, the GIO GTR of Gibbs and Rowan Onslow. 3, the Peter Jackson Sierra with Seaton and Greg Hansford. 4, the number 18 Shell Sierra of John Bow and Terry Shield. 5, the pride of Queensland, Dickie Johnson and Kiwi Paul Radisich in the number 17 Shell Sierra. 6, the Mobile 05 Commodore of Peter Brock and Andrew Madecki. 7, the number 2 Nissan of Drew Price and Gary Walden. 8 is Larry Perkins and Thomas Mazira in the number 11 Mobile Commodore. From 9, David Parsons and Wayne Park in the Peter Jackson Sierra. And 10, the defending champions Win Percy and Alan Grice in the Holden Racing Team